Hi guys, welcome back. This might be a pretty long video as we will be painting start to finish. I have here a couple of these Opal Blitz trucks. I ordered from Historical Board Gaming. Got two of those I want to paint. General Hand Grenade sent me some figures. If you've seen his videos here, but what I did was I wanted to I edited the stands, so it took me a while to do all the stands to these guys, and I'll show you what I mean. I don't like the stands that they came with as far as when you see General Hand Grenade's video is custom infantry. You see this, they got it's not round like the ones that come with the game, and it just kind of drove me nuts. I had to make them all round like the ones that came with the game. But I have a few guys here I want to paint tonight. I think this guy's pretty awesome looking. And some Russians. I got two Russian guys in the long coats. And thanks again to General Hand Grenade to sending me these figures. So the first thing about painting is the guys, some of the things have what they call flash. And it's when the casting happens. You can see on this one in particular, this one is really bad. Sorry, what you want to do is you want to clean all that up. You don't want to have any of that excess stuff on there. But we're not painting him, so we're not going to go over it. But I just wanted to show you one of the things to look out for, whether if it's a vehicle or a guy or anything. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. Just have to watch out for it and kind of get that cleaned up. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get on to the painting. Now the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to prime them. Okay, and you're going to use a primer. I got this at Home Depot, but most importantly is you want to get something that bonds to plastic. Okay, it doesn't matter what kind of primer it is, doesn't matter what color it is. Okay, just the part you want to look for, plastic. Okay, so that's done. Now I've already went ahead and primed all these, and there is a paint called Panzer Gray. Okay, and what I did was I already painted these in that Panzer Gray. Okay, so that's the only steps you will miss, is because I just wanted to make sure it was done and dry and we can move on. Sorry for my dirty hands. It's paint and this and that and the other thing. So I was getting my paint stuff prepped, all my paints mixed, and now we're good to go. Now as far as paints go, I use acrylic for the most parts, and very rarely I will use enamel. But I'll go over that in a few minutes. Let me get a brush going. Now the first thing you want to paint is you want to paint the small areas first. So we want to get the flesh, okay? Because what happens is we can paint over it and paint over it. So you want to try and get those details first. That way, that way you can just be messy, right? You don't have to put too much effort into it. And it looks like I made this paint a little too watery. So I might have to do another coat, unfortunately. That's the thing about my paints too. I mix all of my paints. Yeah, it's pretty, I'm gonna have to do another coat. That's okay. And how I mix my paints is, I look for a reference, and I just kind of get close to my monitor and, figure it out. Now he's got a winter coat on, so I'm going to assume he's going to have gloves on, so we're not going to paint his hands. God, I wish I didn't make it so watery. Try to get my paints mixed for the video, but that's okay. So I hope this is not too boring for you, this video here, but like I said, we're just gonna go front or start to finish. So this, like I said, this might be a long video. So you can see this, you can just glob it on there. It's not really a big deal because we're gonna many layers. When you're painting your units, I suggest you find a theme. The way they're more recognizable on the game board. It's kind of hard when you have different painted units, you know, for the same team, but you know you have different schemes. All right, that's dry. I'll put another coat on that in a minute. Let me get to black so I can get these wheels done on this on these trucks. Because actually the trucks don't have really a lot of work to do. Now these, see, it's kind of like a solid blocker here. What I like to do is same thing on the tanks too. I just like to paint just a little bit here, just kind of make it more look like a wheel. Oops, painted too much. That's okay. Put some gray over it in a minute. I really like these sculpts. They, oops. I think it was from the, maybe it was Guadalcanal or D-Day. I can't remember which game for Axis and Allies these came with. Like I said, sometimes historical board games has them. These weren't cheap. I think I paid like $4 each for these stupid things. When I said I use mostly acrylic, the only time I use enamel is really my reds and my yellows. So I can't get the brilliance, you know, when I use the acrylic. I just don't get that pop that I do with an enamel. Man, I'm not painting these very well, am I? It's kind of hard to paint and make sure it's in the camera at the same time. All right, here, screw it. We'll just go back over some gray because I can't seem to paint it very well right now. It's okay. All right, next, number 2. Like I said, hopefully this video isn't too long. Not at least, you know, not more than an hour. But it looks like we're going to be, considering it's already been 8 minutes. Maybe I might beat General Hanganay's record of that 2.5 hour video he did for naval warfare. Ooh, we might beat that one, huh? That would be pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. What's even be more crazier if somebody actually sits through 2.5 hours on this video here. I'm going to go over everything too. We're going to do all the coloring. We're going to do the weathering. We will do the airbrushing. We will do the staining, or the highlights. We'll be doing decals on these ones. So we'll be 100% start to finish. All right, well, while we got the black out, let's just get this started. I generally don't do boots right now, but it's okay, let's just get it started. And then if I can go back over, I can just fix it later. It's no big deal. I don't think I need more time to put another coat of flesh on there. Like I said, it's hard to make sure we're on the camera here. Do my best to keep her in there. Till my battery doesn't fail, huh? Yeah, man, sorry, I don't know why the back end's getting dark. Huh. I thought this guy would have boots. He's got some shoes. Weird. Like I said, it's a nice thing about, you know, when you do it in the right layers is it can be pretty messy. You don't have to, you know, you fix it later with the next color. So I painted all my units for Maxis and Ollie's Global. It took me about 2 straight months of just continuous painting, and my God, I hated it. I hated it. I wanted to quit so many times. But once you know get started, it's just like, man, I can't have like only one country painted. I can't wait to see these Russians. They're gonna be pretty badass, I think. Yeah, doing these stands wasn't that difficult. If you see my video for the aircraft carriers, and you saw where I put those needles into the for the flags. That's what I did on here. When I cut the stand off, I put a new one on. You can see where I injected the needles into the, you know, through here and then into their legs. So, you know, it's not coming off. It's just, like I said, I just couldn't handle the not round stands. I had to have them like the other ones. Not to mention, I noticed they were hard to stand up. I mean, I noticed that they fell over a lot. I didn't want that hassle. Right, supposed to make the game easier, right? I don't want to be messing around with my dudes. All right, cool. Let's go back and do a little more flesh. See if we can get this wrapped up with one more coat. Don't look like it, does it? Looks a little pale. The thing is, it sucks. I can't mix any more. Make it like thicker because I ran out of white. I don't want to say I'll do this video tomorrow because then I probably won't. So it's like it was tonight or bust. Damn it! I'm gonna put another layer on this stupid ass. All right, that sucks. Oh, that one turned out. This is turning out okay. Maybe it's starting to thicken up a little bit. And guys usually take the longest, not because it's harder, it's just because they take so many more colors. Take a lot of different layers of colors. Been wanting to paint these guys for a long time too, but all right, let's try this again. Need to get this. I can't really move on until this flesh is done, so we gotta. Sorry, we gotta keep ping ponging back and forth, but I need that done first. It looks like we're starting to get there though. I think it's good enough. We check them all out now. Verify. Oh yeah, this guy needs some more. Yeah, these coats and these brushes, man, they're great. These are the ones that are going to be sitting on the Far East. All right, I think we're okay to move on. When I do the wash on them, they'll look a little darker. Let me get this guy one more time. Then we'll move on to the next color. All right, cool. All right, let's grab this Soviet green. When I say Soviet green, it's just a color, like I said, I mix myself. So it's not called Soviet green, just in case you try to go looking for it. Oops, sorry. Don't mean to keep going out of the camera. It's kind of weird because my phone's like right in front of me. So it's weird, kind of. I think I can play paint looking at my phone. Maybe do it that way. Now this bag and everything will be a different color, but I guess so that's why that goes on last. Here, we just blob all this on. The helmet is going to be a different color. And hopefully you don't get any on the face so you don't have to paint it again. Now my colors, I test them all first, right? So I know what color they're going to be when they dry. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the hard part about mixing your own colors too is, you know, you get close and then it dries a different, you know, acrylic especially dries a different color. So you gotta be aware, you know, when you do your mixing and do some tests about what color it's gonna be when it dries. And in addition to what color is it going to be after it dries and after you wash it and weather it. We lucked out. Might have to oh, it's got some black. I just spoke too soon. I was gonna say we don't have to redo the black on this guy, but it's got some green on the boot. I would be interested to know how many of you guys actually watched the entire video. You know, it'd be kind of cool to just leave a comment or something like, dude, sorry to watch the whole thing. It's crazy, man, it's crazy. It took forever. I think we got it all. I think I could put this color away. Alright, let's get the German color here. Now the German color is pretty crazy. You know, a lot of people think really it's gray, but really it isn't. It is a shade of green. And I was fortunate enough to have a German tunic when I did color match this. So I was able to, you know, I know this is the color, and I guarantee you when I mixed it, it had green. Like I said, I was able to put this right to a World War II tunic. Because up until that point, I always thought, oh, it's just gray. But it wasn't gray. This is definitely a shade of green. So you can tell, you know, that's gray, right? And this is kind of a little bit of shade of green. Oh, sorry. Keep going out of the camera. I'm getting hair all over my paintbrush. I haven't painted in a while, so my paints are kind of dry. Let me get some water. Put it in that bad boy. That's the nice thing about acrylic. I just give it a little water. It's back to new. In addition to it's way easier to clean up your mess. Nothing worse than having to clean all your brushes with like paint thinner and stuff. I don't have a huge assortment of brushes either. I just got like 3 here. I got, you know, kind of like basically, you know, small, medium, large, you know. This one I'm using now being the largest one. Looks a little lumpy right there. I think it's because my paint was a little dry, so we put a little water on it. Smooth it out. There we go. Just kind of wash the whole thing in water actually, because my paint was a little stiff. Dang it, sorry guys. Man, I should just paint in the phone. Yeah, I like them. Thanks, Hand Grenade. They're pretty some cool dudes. Just getting a little water in my paint here. Told myself I was never gonna paint again, but then said General Hand Grenade had to send me these guys. Tempt me. Like, man, gotta paint them. me a long time though to get to it, just mainly because I had to do the mods. How long does it take to upload a video that's a couple hours, I wonder? I'll be up all night waiting for it to upload. So this week, I don't know if you are up to date on my channel or not, but this week I worked a lot on the map. The map is getting pretty wicked. I plan on to post a progress picture on Axis and Allies org this weekend. I had a game planned this weekend and I actually decided to kind of canceled it because I really want to work on the map. I think I can get really close to getting it wrapped up, but it's dedicated this weekend. Man, what an awesome sculpt, huh? Look at that. Oh, his equipment. It's gonna look so badass when I get it all painted. I mean, wicked. Right. I don't want to cuss on my channel, especially in case Young Grasshopper watches it. Alright, cool. Now I'm really looking forward to painting this commander guy. He is pretty wicked looking. Get a little more water. Man, my paint's really dry. This is probably the last time I ever have this paint out though. I'm pretty much done painting. Wish he had the jack boots on though. I don't like how he's got the pants. I wonder if I should just paint it black. I didn't notice it before. I might have modded it. I want to put the pinstripe on his leg. Cool looking dude. Alright, where are we at? Oh, we gotta get that. We're on that German color here. We gotta fix those wheels on these trucks. There we go. That's what's up. Now we got some wheels. It's a little bit different color. See, as you can see, this being painted a Panzer gray, which is a gray. When you put it to the uniforms color, this is a green. But it's close enough that I'm going to use it on these wheels. Cool. Trucks are almost done actually. We're going to paint the tops next. And I used a darker green, what I use on the Soviet helmets. And actually the Soviet equipment as well. Like their bags and stuff. Oops, dang it, sorry. So it's just a tad bit darker. Now's where you gotta be careful because you don't have to get the green back out and fix anything. Now this bag here, you know, you can do in brown, do in green. I like the combination of the light green and the dark green. But I will do the belt in brown. He's starting to turn into a Russian, huh? And this green here is actually really close to a German green that they use on their little containers on their back. So we'll hit that next. And also this green is what I'm going to use on the Opel Blitz trucks on the canvas. I'm sure everybody has Michaels in their neighborhood. That's where I get my brushes. I think I mentioned I got the primer at Home Depot. And all acrylic paint I get at Michaels. Panzer Gray I got at Hobby Lobby. Oh, gloves. Colored gloves. We'll worry about that in a second. Get to some of this German equipment. These canisters. And also this bag right here, but that canteen is actually brown and black. And his belts are brown. But this bag here is greenish color, and his shovel there, the top part is green. And of course the handle will be brown. Hope you guys like looking at my fridge. And this is the best light in the place. Make sure you have the best view here. Unfortunately, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. All right. Let's do the canvas. For some reason their sculpt here doesn't have a back end, so we gotta fake it here. want me to be so quiet. Just say, you know, gotta concentrate. Kind of spacing off too, you know, just kind of. I should put some music on, huh? Could put on some iHeartRadio. This is time consuming though, for sure. But actually these trucks are almost done. We'll paint the windows and then we can we'll wash it. And then while those are drying, we'll finish the guys. Because then once the wash is kind of getting a little tacky, we could get the decals and airbrushing done. So let's go ahead and do the windows. I like to do windows in a silver, not really black. It's just my preference. What we can do is hit the headlights. Okay. So he's done. He's ready for wash. And I can't paint the other one yet because the tarp is still drying. So I'll have to hold off on that silver. And let's just go ahead and move on to brown. I made this brown kind of like a red brown. It kind of goes with everything. It's generally what I use for bags, guns, just pretty much a lot of different things because it's kind of like a red brown and it goes with everything. We still gotta decide on a hand color for this guy. Sorry, mixing getting a little watery here. Okay. We're coming up to 40 minutes. I need 2 more hours to beat General Hand Grenades video. I don't think I'm gonna do it. Sorry guys, I think we're not gonna. This thing's gonna take 2 hours. Okay, now wasn't there? Oh yeah, the belts. I want to get the belt brown. God damn it! Oop. Sorry, I dropped my brush. Got paint all over the place. Okay. Oh, sorry for my blasphemy. I don't know if I can get in there, can I? Let me see here. Oh, I don't think I can get in there. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay. Brown. I need more green right there. Looks like the wash will take care of that. Okay, so we're pretty much good to go. We're gonna have to get the wash. His hand's in the wash. He's pretty close. Put a little more green on the front because it looks like I got some skin there I didn't get. We'll put a little silver. All right. And I don't see his belt anywhere, but he does have a sidearm holster there that I cannot get to. Get a little water, smooth it out. Back to the Germans. Here's a canteen right there. They were brown with a black top. And his shovel. It's a pleasure painting pieces that have so much detail. So he's got a little mat bag right there too. Or is that his magazine case? Oh, that's his magazine case. We could paint that black. Okay. Okay, no more brown for him. And the belts are black. The ammo holder, the ammo things are black. So it looks like that guy's ready to go. Let's get onto the commander here. Not much brown on him. We got a canteen here. And a mat bag. Sometimes these were black, sometimes these were brown. We're gonna paint this one brown just because I have brown in my hand right now. Everything else is black. All right. All right, the other truck has dried. I think I can get some, finish that silver up, so I just got silver all over myself. Couldn't see that I had the silver on the napkin, and I wiped my hand and I ended up getting it all over my fingers. Okay. Did I get silver? Oh, I'm getting silver all over the wheels. God dang it. Alright, good thing black's up next. All right. Time for black. Let's grab where we at? This guy. Just gonna double check him. I think I needed some black on the leg here. Okay. Double check him. Okay. Double check him. Yeah, I need a little bit of black. Not much. We gotta do the hit. We gotta hit that canteen. We gotta hit his suspenders or whatever. Like the other guy didn't have them on. Let me water this down a little bit. I messed up. These are go black. There's another one right there. The belt on the front. Looks like he's got a. I'm not sure, but it's definitely. We're gonna do it black, and then we're gonna do a wash on it. And I'll probably just end up gonna do his gloves the same color as this right here. We'll go back and grab that color. What we're going to do, we'll put a dry brush on this machine gun. Looks like this one's got an MP40 on this guy. And my brush is doing absolutely nothing. Get a little water on it. Alright, so got some silver I need on this guy for his goggles. pretty much it. Most of these guys are pretty much done except for their stands. We got to just do the washes. I gotta fix this truck here that I got silver all over. Alright. Now speaking of silver, let's get some silver, but we're going to do a dry brush. Actually, before I do that, I got to get the green gloves here. It's glove time for everybody. And everybody's going to share the same colored gloves, no matter what country you're from. And there he goes. This is officially, I think it's my longest video. Pretty sure. I might have one about this time, but I definitely don't have one more than an hour. And I wonder how many of you are still watching. Alright, he is ready for the stand color, then the wash. I didn't want to have the gloves black. I didn't want the same color as his uniform, neither. I think that works out great. Again, I apologize for all the times I go off camera. I'm like, it's weird because it's right in front of my face, the phone. But I'm painting like right above it. Okay, great. Let's get that silver going on. And let's get a little more silver. And let's give him a metal. And maybe just up here too. Get that decorated. Oops. Let's get that decorated up there. Let's get a little silver and just highlight a few places. Buckle here, buckle there. like these straps they have on there. It's pretty wicked. All right, now we gotta do this gun here. We gotta dry it up a little bit. Need more paint? No, nothing happened. All right, I think we are good. Let me clean this brush. Let's do the stands. I know I said I was going to wash those trucks, but just wash them all at the same time. So yeah, a little bit of trouble. My red's a little dried out. A second here, gotta mix it up. My Russia stand color is, looks like about had it. Hopefully I can make it just do these two guys. Do you see how long it takes just to do, what am I doing, 5 guys in 2 trucks? So imagine how long it took to do the whole set. Like I said, I painted for 2 months straight. Like every second I wasn't doing something else or at work, I was painting. And I got to the point where I hated it. I guess I don't recommend taking on that task, in that time period. I mean, if you're going to paint, don't do what I did and try to get it all done at the same time. I just hated it. Dang it. Paint's really, really gooped up. There we go. I'm actually going to do another run on their skin tone. Just a little bit, just a little dab I'm going to do, so I don't risk messing anything up. But they look a little ghostly. When I first painted my units, they all had the same color base because I wanted it to match the game board, but it didn't work out too well. Well, it worked out for me, not everyone else. So that's why I was like, well, I guess I'll have to paint the stands. Wasn't looking forward to it. But, you know, you can't expect all your players to be historians, right? And know what everyone should be having on. Which, as I mentioned before, I had several different German units, and they had to be disbanded because people aren't historians. At the end of the day, it is a game, right? Okay, that color is done, which is good because there isn't much left. Alright, let's do the German stand, which is right here. This was the original color I use in all my stands, this dark green. Which for some reason doesn't look very dark right now. What's going on? Is that the right color? I don't think this is the right color actually. No. Dang it. Hold on a second. Stand by. This isn't the right color. I just gotta mix it. I think it is the right color, it's just gotta mix it. It's kind of settled. This needs to be a little bit darker. Here, we'll just put a little black in it. We'll speed this up, huh? Don't make you guys wait forever while I'm trying to mix this paint. It's just swoop that, get a little black, go. Sorry guys, I'm working on it. I thought that was the right color. I'm not sure if it was what happened, but it's marked as my German, but I don't think it's it. It's not dark enough. But I'm almost there. I gotta just mixing it up a little bit. It looked pretty green to me. Alright, here we go. This looks all better. Gotta make sure they match on my other stands, right? Let's try it again. Yeah, see, it's a lot darker. I didn't want to go with like a black stand, you know. As you can see, you know, I'm not a professional painter, right? We just do the best we can. And you know, hope for the best. What happens next on the guys is they get a dip. trucks get a dip, and then the trucks also get an airbrush. What a cool looking dude, huh? Yeah, we are officially my longest video. I wonder how long it's going to take to upload. Sorry, I can't talk the whole time. All right, where we at? We are at, I think we are pretty much, oh, that's right, I was gonna put a little more face on those guys. Let me clean my brush. Let's try one more attempt at some skin. There we go, huh? Let's freshen up a little bit. All right, brush it one. Brush number two. One. Oh, that's right. I gotta do a red. I gotta do some red on this guy. And for that red, I will use enamel. Because it shows up so much better. And when I'm doing such fine detail, I'm going to do a pinstripe on his leg. I definitely don't want to be messing with that over and over again, right? You want it to go on in the first shot. All right, stand by. I'm just mixing this red. Because we want this to happen on the first try. All right, here we go. All right, it's got to happen on the first try. Use enamel. I wish he had jack boots on. Okay, now let's put a little extra red on them too. We got let's get my ribbon. See if I can get that in there. Yeah, he's a pretty cool looking guy. All right. I think he is done. Let's verify this guy. Now, when I say done, I mean it's time for wash. We verify this guy. He looks like he's good to go. Let's verify this guy. Good to go. Verify. Well, here, he's got some Russia, right? It's a. He's got that coat. There you go, huh? Load up a little more red. Okay. All right, I'm happy with those guys. Now let's get the trucks. Let's put a couple dots on the back. Now, these used a single light. Generally it was down here, but I can't get right there, so let's just put it right here. And it was usually above the license plate. Like I said, I'm out of white, so I can't dab the white on there, but I did on my other German vehicles. Okay, I think we're actually getting pretty good. Let me get some thinner for this. Clean that right off. Yeah, those Russian guys, man, I really like them. I think that putting that red on the collar, man, it's really made it pop out. Okay, let's do a dip, and then we will do a decals, and then we will do airbrush, just on the vehicles. The guys, we're just gonna dip, and then we are done. So let me get this prepped really quick. Okay, I think we are good to go. Everything is mixed. So let's do a truck first. What we are using here is a polyurethane. Okay, we're just gonna let that sit for a minute. Let's get the other one. Right. just kind of gives it a little, it changes the color just a little bit, and it gets into those grooves of the on the bed. See what I mean? It just gets in there. Cause it makes that some of that detail come out a little bit more. You don't want to wipe. Sorry, my paintbrush is in my mouth. You don't want to wipe off. You want to dab it. Like let the paper towel soak in the excess. You don't want to get in there and start wiping it all off. You just got to do it again. You know, this isn't a mandatory step, but I like getting that detail in there, that dirt and grime. You know, it just makes it just pop just a little bit more. Okay, let's do the guys. Generally, I wait for these to dry a little bit longer. I should probably let the Russians I just put the red on their collar and the general. Okay, we're gonna pass on the guys just for a minute because I did that red. I don't want to mess them up. So what we'll do, let's put the decals on the truck. Let's get that going really quick. Now, Historical Board Gaming has the decals. You know, they come in the sheets. This is kind of the smallest one I can get for this, so it's actually going to go right on the hood. Unfortunately, they're not small enough to go on the doors, but that's okay. We'll put it on the hood. So it's kind of not the right spot, but that's okay. So let me get these soaking. Only take a second here. They're pretty, these ones, now if you do the numbers are a pain. I don't recommend doing the numbers. You've seen on my close-ups, I did the numbers on the ships and on planes, and man, it was a nightmare. It actually took longer in some cases to do the decals than it did to paint the units, and I think that's one reason why I was so done painting. I mean, I hated it. And I actually still never put the numbers on my Japan ships. I mean, it's been like a long time since I've been done painting my units, and I have not revisited those numbers. That's how much not interested. I will do it just because it's the last country to do, but not interested. Okay, so sorry you're not gonna be able to see this because I can't have the unit up in the air while I put this decal on, but I will slide them over really quick and then I will put it on the camera. Now there's one thing we need to do after these decals is to put a matte varnish on there. And what that does is ensure that it doesn't come off. So let me get this lined up. So not only will it ensure it doesn't come off, see how it's got that shine on there. When it does is that matte varnish will take that shine right off of there, so that decal will no longer be shiny. We can do that in just a minute as soon as that just sets up. Let me get the other one really quick. What you gotta do is you want to take off the excess water, get that bad boy straight. Difficulty getting it straight. There we go. Yeah, still not straight, is it? Okay. So I don't know what you think of painted units, but I think this looks pretty killer. So let's get the varnish on it really quick so that I can dry, so we can airbrush it, and then that will be done. Okay. So the matte varnish actually is going to look white. But what that's going to, it'll dry clear and it'll secure that bad boy on there, like I said, and in addition to get rid of any shine it once had. Because nothing sucks worse than when you spend all that time putting decals on only to find out, oh, it fell off, right? Just kind of see it's kind of bluish, but yeah, we'll come back, we'll revisit those in a few minutes. Let's start doing the wash on the guys. Now, this being a polyurethane blend, this wash, naturally you have to clean up with paint thinner. So what you're going to do, we're going to get in all the nooks and crannies, right? And I need more because looks like we're empty. This will help get all the spots you missed. Not to mention, what this is going to do is put a nice protective polyurethane coat over your guy. Now, naturally, we're not going to leave them like this, but we'll let them sit up just for a second while we do the other one. And same scenario, brush it on there. Now they have, when you do this polyurethanes, you can do different colors. You know, they have darker, lighter. I picked this up at Home Depot. This is the same technique I use on my wood stain. You can see my board when I age my boards, or my game board and my my trays and that kind of stuff. This is what I age it with. Remember, don't wipe, okay? Just kind of give it a nice press. Okay, there he is. Check that guy out, man. I don't know if you dig it. I dig it. Alright, he's done. He just has to dry overnight. That's the thing about the polyurethane. You're looking at hours and hours and hours and hours before you can, these guys are dry. See how the detail comes out in that in this jacket? Just really pops. Okay. Let's hope that red's done on these Russians now. I'm gonna wait to do that commander last because I really don't want to mess up that his leg. You know, that was kind of a, you know, got it right in the first try. I don't have to go back and fix anything. I'm pretty excited to see how this Russian guy is going to come out. Just because I think those lines on his jacket are going to be wicked cool. We'll just avoid, oops, sorry. We just avoid the whole collar area. We don't want to get any, I want to ruin that red. And normally I wouldn't do this quick. at that guy. A little bit too much on the face. Let's get that off. I think he came out great. Let's get in there. Got a little bit too much on his stand. Get in there and get that off. There we go. All right, next. Now this isn't an essential step. It's just something I like the detail it gives, and I like the protection it gives. And not to mention, you saw when I was painting, I'm kind of sloppy. This kind of, if you missed a spot, gets in those nooks and crannies. You could just drench the whole thing. So if you missed anything, it's you didn't miss it anymore, right? Oh man, that guy's beautiful. He is beautiful. So thanks again, General, for sending me these cool dudes. I have a lot more that I fixed. When I mean fixed, I edited the stands. But we'll get to him. Man, this guy is wicked cool. Look at that guy. Yeah. All right, one more guy that's wicked cool. Let's try this commander out. Hopefully we don't mess up his leg. This guy's pretty super cool too. That's what I was saying earlier about the colors when you do your color match. You kind of have to go through this process of, when you mix your color, then you have to let it dry and see what color it is. And then you have to see if you're going to do this step here, this wash, you have to look at it and see, well, how does it dry, or how does it look? Like, what color does it change to when you put this on there? And so it's kind of a, it's a trial and error for sure. Keep making sure that, the color in the end is the color you wanted. Beautiful. That guy, he is freaking awesome. Wish I could have them all up here at the same time. Trying to get, where's the lights at? Here we go. How can anybody say you don't like playing with painted pieces? Man, these guys are great. Just to look at them. Now, I get it though. I get it. It gets confusing. Like I said, my videos on the ships especially get confusing. Just because, like I said, they're all gray. But it's a hate-love relationship, right? And then the trucks, looks like they're about dry. You see what I mean? See the decal? There's no, the glossiness of the sticker is gone. So there you go. Like I said, I mix my own colors, so I really can't tell you any colors to get other than that Panzer Gray. And they also have an Africa Mustard, and they have some other ones. But for the most part, just mix all of my custom colors. It's just trial and error. It's just trial and error to get the colors the color's right. Like I said, so make sure, you know, the greens might be a little bit lighter because it's going to dry darker. The greens might be a little bit lighter times two because, or a different shade because look at it. See, when I put this brown on there, it changes that green. The green is not the same green it was when we painted it. Man, those red tabs just really make that Russia guy pop out, don't it? Okay, well, I hope this video comes out okay because we're going on an hour and a half. So, all right, guys, thank you for watching. Take care. Let me go upload this bad boy, see how long it takes. All right, bye-bye. Okay, guess that wasn't bye-bye. We're back because I forgot we have to airbrush. So good thing I didn't move the camera or anything because let's continue on. It's coming out. One second. See, just gives a little bit of, just a little bit of grime around the wheels there. All right, you know, kicking up the mud, especially there on the rest of the front. Now this looks really good when you do it on the in the tank tracks. It really comes out on the tank tracks. I think that's it. There we go. Just a little bit of, hit that, just a little bit of dust. Like I said, the tanks will look fantastic. All right, guys, now this is done. Now we're done. All right, guys, take care. Button's not working. Just a second.